Good morning children and welcome to the social science class. This is class 6th, chapter number 5 of geography. Major domains of the earth. It's our summary lecture. As chapter number 5 we have already completed in some of the lectures. Today we will recapitulate all the topics covered there in the previous lectures. The topics that we will cover, that we recapitulate today, are domains of the earth, the 4 domains: lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. So we will discuss about all these spheres of the earth. Then composition of the air. There in atmosphere, as that is the envelope of air in our surrounding. So we will learn about the composition of air. Then global warming and its consequences, means its effects there in the atmosphere. Now let's start with the topics. Major domains of the earth, as I told you: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. These are the major domains of the earth. Now lithosphere. If we talk about the earth, it has the 2 major parts, or it is divided into 2 parts. One is continents and second is ocean. If we see there, the parts of the earth, lithosphere, that is divided, the part of the earth that is divided into 2 parts, continents and ocean. The continents, they come under the lithosphere part, and ocean, they come under the hydrosphere, that we will discuss. The first one, lithosphere. The solid portion of the earth is called lithosphere. The solid portion where we live, that is known as lithosphere. It is made up of rocks. It is hard portion. It supports the human settlements. As human settlements means where the human, they are settled down. So as we are living there on the land part, so that supports the human settlement because it is made up of rocks and it is solid portion. So the land portion of the earth, that is known as lithosphere, or we explain it, the solid portion of the earth is called lithosphere, that is made up of rocks and it supports the human settlements. This is all about lithosphere. Now look at the map of the world. If you see the 2 parts of the earth, one is, as we talked about, continents, and the second one is ocean. The continents, those are shown there in the different colors, the land portion you can say, in which 7 continents are there, and blue portion, that is showing the water part, the oceans. Here in this map, basically what I want to show you, that equator you can see there, one of the important latitude, and it divides the earth into 2 hemispheres, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Above the equator it is northern hemisphere, below the equator it is southern hemisphere. If you see the map carefully, you will see most of the land portion that is there in the northern hemisphere. And in southern hemisphere, the more part of the water bodies that are present. That's why the northern hemisphere is also known as the land hemisphere. So see, one of the question is also there in your exercise, why the northern hemisphere is called the land hemisphere. So northern hemisphere as land hemisphere. Greater part of land mass lies in the northern hemisphere. As we just see there in the map, that the greater part or most of the land portion that is there in northern hemisphere. It is more than 70% of total area. The total area that the earth has, the land area, out of that total, more than 70% that is there in the northern hemisphere. And water bodies area, that is smaller there in the northern hemisphere. As in the map also we have seen that the water portion that is larger there in the southern hemisphere, and the land portion that is larger there in the northern hemisphere. That's why the northern hemisphere is also called the land hemisphere. Continents. The large land masses are called continents. As we have seen in the map, and again we will learn about the continents there in the map. So there are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. And the names that I have written here, they are according to the size even. Better to learn in the same series. First the largest one, Asia, second Africa, third North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. So according to the land they are covering, that they are written here. So let's discuss about these continents first. Asia. It is the largest continent. As we have already discussed, the largest continent of the world is Asia. It covers 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. The total land area that the earth has, out of that 1/3 the Asia is covering. And the Asia, if we talk about the location of Asia, it is there in the west part of the Asia there is Europe, and in eastern part there is the Pacific Ocean. It is separated from Europe by Ural Mountains. As I told you, there in the west direction of Asia there is the Europe, and Europe and Asia, they just look both the same land part. And if we talk about the land part covering by both, the combined land mass, if we talk about, that is known as Eurasia. Asia plus Europe, that is known as Eurasia. So these two land masses, these two continents are separated from each other by Ural Mountains. The combined land mass of Europe and Asia is called Eurasia. As I told you, they look the same, combined land mass, and the combined land mass of Europe and Asia, Europe plus Asia, is known as Eurasia. So this is all about the Asia continent, the largest continent of the world. The second is Africa. It is the second largest continent after Asia. As in the starting I told you that in series they were written. So the second largest continent there in the world, that is Africa. This is only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, Equator and Tropic of Capricorn pass. All these are the important latitude. If you remember, in second chapter of geography we covered the important latitude: 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Cancer, 0 degree, that is Equator, 23.5 degree in south, that is Tropic of Capricorn. So all these major or the important latitude, they pass through the continent Africa, and this is only continent which through which all the three important latitudes they pass. The world's largest desert, the Sahara Desert, is located in Africa. The largest desert that is located in Africa, and its name is Sahara Desert. World's longest river, Nile, that also flows through Africa, and at last it flows its water there, it water there in the Mediterranean Sea. So longest river Nile, longest river of the world, Nile, that also flows in Africa. So this was the second largest continent of the world. Third is North America. It is the third largest continent of the world. It is linked with South America by a narrow strip of the land called isthmus. This is isthmus, S-U-M, I-S-T-H-S-U-M, Isthmus of Panama. So firstly you must know what is isthmus. Isthmus is a narrow strip of land that joins two large land masses. So this narrow strip of land, Isthmus of Panama, that joins North America to South America. That I will show you in one of the diagram, also in one of the map. See, South America, the fourth largest continent of the world after North America. The Andes, world's longest mountain range, run through South America. Longest mountain range is Andes, but if we talk about the highest mountain range, that is our Himalayas, in which the highest peak, Mount Everest, is located. This is longest mountain, not highest. So longest mountain range run through South America. Now, as I told you that in map I will show you Isthmus of Panama. There in this map you can see North America and below it South America. The narrow strip of land you can see there in this circle, that is Isthmus of Panama. As I told you, isthmus is a narrow strip of land that joins two big land masses. So this Isthmus of Panama is joining North America with South America. Now, the next is Antarctica. It is completely in southern hemisphere. If we talk about the location there, it is completely lies there in the southern hemisphere. It is covered with ice sheets. There are no permanent human settlement. As it is covered with ice sheets, so no permanent human settlement is there, and it permanently covered with the snow. That's why the permanent human settlement is not found, because in that adverse condition it is really difficult to survive. Some countries have research stations in Antarctica, but some of the countries, they have the research centers for doing the different research there in Antarctica. India also has research stations here named Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. So these are the two names of research stations of India. Those are there in Antarctica. The Antarctica continent, which is covered with the snow all the time, so no permanent human settlement is found. Only the research stations of some of the countries are there in Antarctica. Okay, and it is the fifth largest continent of the world. Now, Europe. It is the continent that lies to the west of Asia. As we told that Europe and Asia, they both are separated by Ural mountains, Ural mountain range. So it is the continent that lies to west to Asia. Arctic Circle passes through it, and it lies entirely in northern hemisphere. The complete part of Europe, that is in northern hemisphere, and we talk that it is the just west to Asia, and combined land portion of Asia and Europe, that is known as Eurasia, that we have already discussed there in Asian when we talk about the Asia continent. So this is all about Europe. The sixth largest continent of the world, or second smallest continent of the world, Australia. It is the smallest continent of the world. It is surrounded by ocean from all the sides. That's why it is known as the island continent also. And the country name, it has the name of the same name as country also, Australia, in which different states are there then, and it lies entirely in southern hemisphere. Australia and Antarctica, both they lie there entirely there in the southern hemisphere, means the complete land portion of Australia and Antarctica, that is there in the southern hemisphere only. So this is all about the continent. Now see the map also. The location of different continents: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and our country India. You can see there in Asia it is located, and combined land of Europe and Asia, it is also shown in the map: Eurasia, Africa, Australia. So these are the 7 continents. Now the second sphere, it is hydrosphere. Basically the water portion is known as hydrosphere. or area containing water is called hydrosphere. Oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, ice sheets and water vapors collectively form hydrosphere. The water bodies, they collectively form the hydrosphere. As we talked, that area containing water is known as hydrosphere. It is habitat for all aquatic animals. Aquatic animals, those survive in water. So it is home for those animals. So we can say it is habitat for all aquatic animals. Now, if we talk about the water on the earth, more than 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water and 29% is covered with land. That is really the large portion of earth that is covered with water. But then also in some of the areas we face the water shortage. Why? So it is known as, due to that 71% of water on the earth, it is known as blue planet. But more than 97% of total water of the earth is found in the oceans, and that is not good for the human use. That's why in some of the areas we see the water shortage. Rest 3%, if we talk about, in out of that three also some part that is they are underground water and in the form of ice sheets. 2.7% that is in the form of water, underground water and the ice sheets. So that's why the water shortage we can see they are in different areas. Now, oceans. As we talked that 97% of the complete water portion, it has the oceans. So we should talk about these oceans. There are 5 major oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern or Antarctic Ocean, Arctic Ocean. So these are the 5 oceans of the world, and they are also written according to the area covering. The largest one is Pacific and the smallest one is Arctic. So let's talk about these oceans also. The Pacific Ocean, it is the largest ocean of the world. It is almost circular in shape. The deepest part of the earth lies there in Pacific Ocean. The deepest point of the earth, that is in Pacific Ocean, and its name is Mariana Trench. If we talk about the highest point of the earth, that is the Mount Everest, and deepest point, it is Mariana Trench, there in Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean, second one, it is the second largest ocean in the world. It is known as S-shaped ocean, because when you see the map of Atlantic Ocean, you will see that it just looks like letter S. We will see the map also. Due to its intended coastline, intended means that is, you can say kati hui, coastline means kinare. It provides ideal location for harbors and ports. Due to that intended coastline, different harbors and ports, that is good for the commercial purpose. They are present there in Atlantic Ocean. That's why it is known as the busiest ocean also. The next is Indian Ocean. It is only ocean named after a country, as it lies there in south of our country, India. Its name is Indian Ocean. The shape of the ocean is almost triangular. And the next one is Southern Ocean. It is encircled the continent of Antarctica. As we talked about Antarctica, that is covered with snow all the time. So this Southern Ocean, or its name is the Southern Antarctic Ocean also, Southern or Antarctic Ocean. So because it encircles the continent of Antarctica. Then the fifth is Arctic Ocean. It is located within the Arctic Circle. It is smallest ocean also. It is connected with Pacific Ocean by Bering Strait. Now one more word that has come straight, as isthmus is narrow strip of land that joins two big land masses. In the same way, strait is the narrow strip of water that joins two big water bodies. So this Bering Strait that is joining Arctic Ocean with Pacific Ocean. So clear? Strait and isthmus. Now see the map. Oceans. They are in the easternmost part Pacific and the westernmost part again Pacific, because as we know that our earth that is in spherical shape. So when it joins, definitely these two parts they join with each other, and on the top that there is Arctic Ocean, the smallest ocean. Now see the shape of an Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean, as we talked about, it is in S letter shape. So this you can say there in the map, it is just looking like the S letter shape. Then Indian Ocean, below India there is Indian Ocean, and at last Southern Ocean. Below the Southern Ocean it is Antarctica continent, and the Southern Ocean also known as Antarctic Ocean. The third sphere is atmosphere. Atmosphere, if we say that the gaseous envelope that surrounds our earth is known as atmosphere, or we can say that the gas in the gaseous portion in our surrounding, that is known as atmosphere. The sphere made up of air is called atmosphere. Gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, etc. are found here. The gases those are present in atmosphere, that we will discuss the amount also. So different gases are found there in atmosphere. Now layers of atmosphere. Before talking about the portion, the gases they have there in the atmosphere, the layers of atmosphere, there are 5 layers of atmosphere: troposphere, the bottom one, then stratosphere, then mesosphere, then thermosphere, and at last exosphere. So let's see the diagram also. We can see that troposphere, it is just up to the 12 kilometer. From 12 to 50 kilometer it is stratosphere. From 50 to approximately 80 it is mesosphere, and from 80 to 500 it is thermosphere, and beyond that is exosphere. And all the weather phenomena that occur in troposphere only. So these are the 5 layers of atmosphere. Now composition of air, we see with the help of diagram even, there are 78% is nitrogen, 21% it is oxygen, and the remaining 1% all the other gases. And in all the other gases like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, methane, krypton, these all gases are included. So the highest amount it is 78% nitrogen, and second is oxygen with 21%. If anyone asks you the composition of air, you can explain it like this. See, atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen. Why mainly? Because it is covering 99% of the atmosphere with these two gases, nitrogen and oxygen. Other gases comprise only 1%. Oxygen helps in breathing, while nitrogen helps in growth of all living organism. All living organism they grow there with the help of nitrogen gas. So this is the composition of air. With the diagram you can explain, you write this and then you can make the diagram along with it. That is the composition of air. Then the fourth one, biosphere. As we know that if only land is present, the life can't be possible. If only air is there, then also. If there is only water, then also. So all these three things they are required for the life. So biosphere, if we talk about, it is a narrow zone of contact with lithosphere, where lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere they come in contact with each other, where all these three spheres they meet with each other, that form the biosphere. and biosphere is only place where life can exist. So all the forms of life can exist here, because when all three, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, they meet with each other, they are the air, water, land, they are present. That's why life is possible. The earth is only planet having this sphere. That's why the earth is only planet which has the life on it. See the diagram also, atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and in center one circle with green color in which all three are included. This is biosphere, because biosphere, as we talked, that narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, they meet or they come in contact. Then global warming, the very important topic of today's world, that global warming is the continuous rise in the average temperature of the earth's atmosphere. The average temperature, it is just going up and up. So global warming is the continuous rise in the average temperature of the earth's atmosphere. And why it is going up, why it is rising? Due to the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide, deforestation and pollution. Deforestation means cutting down of the trees rapidly. So this is the meaning. Now, effects of the global warming. It makes the sea level rise, because when the temperature increases, definitely the ice caps on the mountains, they melt, and that water comes down, and it really makes the sea level rise. It affects the ecosystem. Ecosystem means relation between all the living or non-living things, that is ecosystem, that it affects that also. It also affects the daily weather. As it is increasing, it increases the temperature. So this is the effects of global warming. So this is all about the chapter that we covered today. Not covered, we have recapitulated today all the topics again, and I hope that all the topics are clear to you. Now homework assignment is that define the following: isthmus, wind and strait, biosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere. All these you will explain. Here define is there, so you can define the biosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere in two lines only. No need to write all the points. So the second question, it is fill in the blanks. Life exists in the dash. Dash is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, Equator and Tropic of Capricorn, and the Capricorn is written here, Tropic of Capricorn will come pass. So their name you will write. Dash is the world longest mountain range. Dash is the island country. The world longest river, the dash, flows through Africa. Name of the river you will write. The Arctic Ocean is connected with Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as. Arctic Ocean is connected with Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch or narrow strip of shallow water, narrow strip of water known as, that strait name you will write here. Europe lies to the dash of Asia. In which direction you will write here? Then answer the following question. Number 1, state the percentage of earth which is covered with water. What percentage of earth's water found in oceans? Which is the world longest river? Name the world largest river. The longest and largest, two words are given. Longest as Nile we have done, or largest according to the area for irrigation it is having, that is Amazon river. So that is different from Nile river. Then which is the world's largest hot desert and where it is located, and in which hemisphere does Asia lies? The name of hemisphere you will write. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.